Hi, everyone. I'm delighted to be in Abu Dhabi with AD Investment Management on what is a very historic day, the IPO of Saudi Aramco, the world's largest IPO ever. And I'm delighted to be with Yazan Abdeen, who's the CEO and portfolio manager for AD Investment Management, and also Sam Abu Hussein, who is the co-head of research. So, gentlemen, on this big day, how has this IPO actually gone? Maybe I can ask you, Yazan, first.
Good morning, Nigel. It's a very historic day. It's monumental to our economies, to our markets, and to our industry in asset management. Today, a company, to put things into perspective, a company was listed with a value that is equal to 2.3 times the GDP of the GCC, excluding Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So this is by not only the biggest company in the world, but also it's bigger than many countries in our part of the world. The trading, as expected, has opened at the limit up. So the stock is trading at 10% above its IPO price. And the trading value so far in the stock alone is more than the traded value in the rest of the GCC, again,
Wow.
excluding Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
So it has traded 1 billion riyals. Of course, I'm going to get corrected by the end of the day. But so far, 1 billion riyals have traded in Aramco, strictly at 10% higher than the IPO offering price.
That's incredible. So, Sam, I know you've done a lot of due diligence on this offering. So maybe for those watching, you can just give everyone a bit of background about Saudi Aramco itself, the business.
Of course, Aramco is the sole oil producer in Saudi Arabia. They have exclusive rights to produce oil, and they are the main contributor of revenue, you can say, to the government. They contribute around 2/3 of government revenue. Of course, it's also very important in a global context. It is a systematically important company, you can say, because it is responsible for producing around 10% of global oil and around 15% of global oil exports.
Globally?
Yes.
Wow, okay, that's incredible. And Yazan, how important is this IPO to the investment management industry and to the kingdom itself?
See, if we put aside the numbers, the valuations, the critical mass of the company, and the systematic importance on a global level, there is something that is also historic in the evolution of our markets. The fact that a government-owned company, and not any government-owned company, a company that means that much to the government of the Saudi economy, is going public. This is a clear message about governance. This is a clear message about transparency. Not only to its shareholders, which predominantly will remain to be the Saudi government, but also to the public, the nationals in Saudi Arabia, and also to the investment community. So if the largest company in the world, the largest, I would say, bloodstream of the economy in the region, is now public, with disclosure, with public information, that enables us as an investment community to be able to analyze the effects of systematic global triggers to our local economies from one angle. The second angle, it will act as an important role model for the rest of the industry. So for the 1,500 or more listed companies across the MENA region, when they see the crown jewel of the region's companies disclosing and interacting with analysts and inviting to public disclosures and financial statements, this is going to pave the road for further governance in the smaller companies and in the mid-cap area. Another important factor is that with this size comes access. So the fact that this company is such a huge company on the global stage, this is going to open more eyes, not only from passive managers, but also from active managers that would look at this company and its behavior in the market. As you saw yesterday in the SALT conference, there were a lot of discussions whether people were interested to invest or not. But there was a consensus agreement that this is an event, a global event that the whole investment community's eyes are focused on. Well, and we have great results to show for that.
Has your business bought into the IPO then?
So we are MENA. We are a specialist asset management firm that invests in MENA equities. We provide investment solutions to invest in MENA equities. We believe, based on research conducted through our investment process led by Sam and the rest of the team, that this was an important company to have exposure to. And across all our strategies, we have invested in the IPO, yes.
Okay, great. Well, Sam, what about the risks with Saudi Aramco? Maybe you can expand on that.
Yes, of course. Oil price volatility is obviously the main risk, but Aramco is not a purely oil and gas business. They also have petrochemicals, and their presence in the petrochemicals business is going to grow soon. Therefore, they will become the fourth largest petrochemical producer in the world, and probably the first in terms of ethylene specifically. So the risks, such risks of oil price volatility and production levels, which can change depending on several factors, can be mitigated somewhat by the petrochemicals business, which as it grows can gain economies of scale and can increase in efficiency, such that it can become more of a contributor to profitability, and it will benefit from a secure supply of feedstock coming from Aramco, and it will have a global reach as well.
Great, thank you. Well, gents, thank you both very much for your time.